chicken attack!
Hi. That might have been a little loud. I'm sorry. How's it going? No, don't do the thing, microphone. Goodness gracious. There, that's better. Hi. Aww.
Wow, that's like a lot of heckin' months. Can't wait for the many more to come. Also, thanks Miro for the gifted sub less than 3.
Yeah. Hi, Ghost. How's it going? I hope you're doing well. Welcome back for 9 months. My cat, she immediately sat up behind me and was like, oh god, not again. How you doing tonight, Ghost? Thank you so much. And yes, thank you to Miro_B for gifting that sub to our friend Ghost. I did so much and yet so little today. How is that possible? Exactly. What's going on, Marco? And hi, Tolkien, and hi, Robot Wizard, and hi, Drawing Fox, and hi, Came Apart, who came to fart and blasted the whole chat apart, and hi, Ba. And hi, Cute Blanket. I was like, there's somebody else. And Ty. Hello, Ty. How are you, friend? I was struggling with some stuff with the bonfire thing earlier today, trying to get it to work with my Tiltify, and it's frustrating when you spend like a whole hour on a problem and you're like, well, I'm just at a brick wall. And I like really try not to use support unless I absolutely have to, you know what I mean? But it's time, and so I sent a support ticket to them. Hopefully they can help me get it figured out. You just climbed in bed. I'm good. I kind of told my husband, I was like, look, I got to do a lot of stuff downstairs on the computer. I was like, I know. We should like go on a hike, or we should work in the yard, or we should do this or that or the other thing. But there was a lot of stuff I really needed to take care of, so. Which shop are my dice? I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't have any listed in any of my online shops right now. Because I have no time for updating my shop most of the time. I really need to. Because I do have a few things I need to put in there, and the stuff I put like a big update and like a bunch of sweetie heads. You guys cleaned me out. What are you up to tonight, Ty? What is everybody doing tonight? Are you just relaxing? Is it maybe not night for you? Maybe you're in a different time zone. Hi, pandas. How are ya? Talking to eBay about stuff that was never sent. Boo! We don't like that. eBay, though, from what I understand, is pretty good, Ty, about refunding you. Like, they have, like, you know, like the buyer protection stuff. Where's Miro? I don't have a tracking device on him. Drunk Fox. He is probably either... Let's see. He's on the early shift today. Hello, Ja. How are you? How was the... who did you raid? I forget who you raided. Oh, did you, pandas? Yeah, I was thinking about maybe playing a little bit later. Ja, you're a crochet. I'm so glad you decided to give it a try. Keep going. They told you have to wait 6 days to give the seller time to respond after 11 days of not being shipped. Mirror. Then they told you that refunds take 3 to 7 business days to be processed. Well, I suppose that's, you know, better than like, sorry, you're out of luck. But still, that's frustrating. I'm sorry, friend. Killing me. That's really rough. I gotta wonder, like, you know, does this person, does this seller have a good rating? Yeah, Jaw does stream. Shortly after I popped in. I just made chicken strips and fries, but I gave them veggie sticks with it. From their birthday party yesterday. I'm like, well, we gotta use up all these veggie sticks from the party platter. Yeah. And I made myself a little spicy ranch. I put some habanero. It's habanero, by the way. There's no tilde over the N in habanero, but we call it habanero because we think that it's like just like jalapeno. Anyways, I made some habanero ranch to dip my fries and my chicken in. As an adult, you appreciate leftovers so much more. It depends on what it's leftovers of. My ability to throw on an accent. I mean, I went to theater school. Thanks, theater school. I need to figure out how many rounds I'm supposed to be doing here. I forget. Also, okay, so, I mean, in fairness, you know, I grew up around a bunch of different accents. Because I had a New Yorker my father was from Brooklyn. My mom was from Iowa. 17, round 17. Tell me about this beanie, please. I need it. Exclamation point project. Ja, honestly, if you get yourself to a point where you are feeling like you're pretty confident in your skills with the basics and you want to move on to doing stuff in the round, this might not be the worst project for someone who's like beginner plus. You accidentally copy accents if you're around them too long when you worked long-term care. Nobody knew you were a Canadian because each client you spoke to with a different accent. You had no idea you even did it till you were called out. How funny. Oh, I made it on the knitting machine. I made it on a Centro 48-pin knitting machine with red heart stripes. I think it's called Neon. It is very comfy. I love this hat. I get compliments on it when I'm walking around. I love your hat. I'm like, I made it. Just casually flexing. You want a knitting machine just for stretchy hats? Yeah. It's your favorite hat. Hi, Mirror. How are you? I got to lurk you for a little while. Jaw brought me to you. How was your stream? I poked my head in, you know, after Jaw raided you, and then I had to go do, you know, family and like bedtime things. And laundry and dishes and anyway, that's the boring adulting stuff. And when I came back, you had made so much progress in one stream. I was just like, dang, look at Mirror go. You made some progress on the painting you've been avoiding. Well, I am glad that you were able to make some progress. I am trying an experiment here, and I'm trying to see if doing crocheting a little bit more slowly might help with the pain in my wrist. Actually, you know what? I have my gloves. I'm gonna go get them. I found them. They went through the wash in one of my onesies.
29 months so Lord, thanks at Miro_BU legend cutie.
Oh, well, hello. 29 months. Oh, a lot. Thanks, Miro, you legend cutie. All right. She's not asleep yet. I just went to check on her. Ready? And a 1 and a 2 and a 3. Hi. Again. I mean, you know, if somebody else with the camera stare, yes, I like to make sure everyone knows that I know what I'm doing. So I look right into the camera while I'm doing really weird stuff. It's like, no, this is not an accident. Doggo staring at you, which means one thing. I totally understand. You're here for the dry sass every day. Well, I am so glad I could provide that for you. Naughty Gnome, I appreciate you. I very much appreciate you. Thank you for being such a great friend to so many people. I see you all over the place supporting, helping out, you know, enthusiastic in chat and just spreading lovely vibes everywhere you go. And did you guys know Naughty Gnome streams? Did you? It was fun watching Karen work on your piece today, and Karen finished the piece for Naughty Gnome on stream today, which is awesome. Hi, Petey. How are you? Yeah, it was so much fun. We are also live on Live Space, and I need to make sure I'm paying attention to chat over there. Live Space friends, if you are not following me on Twitch, and vice versa, Twitch friends, if you're not following me on Live Space, please do consider popping over there. Grab your username, Twitch friends. Grab your username on Live Space. I did set up some alerts, so if we get a follow or a sub or gifted subs on Live Space, we should get alerts, but I mean, I haven't tested it yet because I can't really test it for real. Like, I did the tests in Botrix is now, you can now integrate Botrix. And I thought for a second I was going to be able to have it automatically post to Discord when we're live. But apparently that is a feature that is not quite yet functional. So I'm a Twitch partner. I'm also a member of the LiveSpace Boosted program. So when you subscribe on LiveSpace, we get people in the Boosted program get 100% of their of the revenue minus processing fees, a minimal amount of processing fees. Can't wait for Karen's piece she made. It's amazing, beautiful. The squeal you let out when she revealed it on stream today. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Her art is amazing. She's a fantastic person. Like, most importantly, she's a fine human being, but she also happens to have some really incredible art skills. So Another thing they're looking to do with Live Space is, try to expand this boosted program to other creators. So if you're interested and you want to know about my experience with it, please let me know. We are fundraising as well for 1000 Dreams Fund. We weren't supposed to really kick off. Aw, Ja. Thank you. That's very kind. Sassy Penny, how's it going? Ja, that's so sweet. Thank you for continuing your gift sub from Naughty Gnome. That's very kind. I really appreciate it. And everybody, please make sure you're also following Jahu. I'm really happy to see Makers and Crafting growing, continuing to grow. Pixie Knits, welcome in. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for the follow. I also was hanging out with Ms. Jinx, speaking of knitters. Ms. Jinx does a lot of knitting. Do I know you from Ms. Jinx's channel? Pixie Knits? Do I know you from... No, CC, that is not what I said. I said knits. Knits, not nuts. You were lurking in Ms. Jinx as well. Yeah, I had people down here on lurk, and then I can only have one stream up on my phone, right? While I was kind of cooking dinner and hanging out with my kids and eating, and then while I was cleaning up and putting stuff away, I was watching Ms. Jinx. Yeah. Anyways, you guys are all amazing, and it's really lovely. You've got people for example, our amazing pal Zakayla, who's been around in Makers and Crafting just about as long as I have. We also have people who came before us. There's a ton of people like CNOT Bush, who basically is the reason creative exists on this platform. If you guys don't know CNOT, you should definitely check out. It's hard. His username, if you say it out loud, it's well, wait, how do I spell that? So like that. Does the most amazing sculpting and painting. It's really cool. And there's people like Imperial and Happy Chef TV, who's been doing food and drink forever, and same thing with Chef Steve. And then I feel like there was the kind of crop of people that came after creative got split up into those categories. So it used to be the creative was all together, and then they split us up into makers and crafting, food and drink, art, beauty and body art, and software and game development. And now if you go here, you can see all those categories together under one subdirectory. So I like to point people in that direction. But we also have a lot of other ways that we get to meet people and expand our communities. And so I'm in Jaw's channel, and there's, Idio Sinanka, who we raided one day, and people who I did not know they all knew each other, right? I didn't know that they were friends. I know Idio Sinanka and Kim are both in the Black Guild. So there's connections there, but what I mean is it's really nice when we manage to sort of overlap a bunch of those, and it builds stronger connections between our communities. And I think it's pretty cool. Turns out we have interests in common, or we have other broadcaster friends in common, or whatever. So last night we raided Ms. Placed, and that was really fun because Ms. Placed is a Broadcast Her recipient, and was playing, some all these different games, and Miro's in there chatting Ms. Placed up about racing games and stuff like that. So many amazing peeps in one place tonight, and it was amazing. Well, you know, we are very fortunate, you know, the vast majority of the time to have an overall space in Makers and Crafting where people are super supportive of each other. So it's really lovely. I would agree. I got to figure out what I'm going to do to get the Janome for the homie out, though. I really need to do that because I had to have a repair guy in here, and I just had to like shove it to the side of my staircase, and I really want to get it out. But I feel badly. I'm like, well, I have a ton of other things to do, including like I'm making this because I want to see if I can make some of these for redeems. You just really want to play this song, don't you, Epidemic Sound? You really want to play that song. I was looking for something kind of chill tonight. You took some 9 advice this week and worked on putting yourself out there socially. What? You survived and had fun. You gamed on stream with Kim and friends. Let's go. That's awesome. I am happy you did that. Hey, listen. You know, we all have things that we're like, oh yeah, no problem. I could do that 24/7, 365. You know, when do I start? Where do I go? Show me the way. And then we all also have things where we're like, yeah, I really don't wanna. It might be 6 months before you do anything like that again. Well, I'm sorry. But you had a lot of fun. Oh, right on. That's really great. Yeah. I was definitely very social before settling down and like did not want to sit in my apartment alone at night. I would go to the little pub down the street, or I'd go out with, you know, some friends across the river, or I would just ride my bike and stop at some random place and walk in and sit down and have a drink and just strike up a conversation with a random stranger. I would walk up to people at the library and ask them what they were reading or what they were checking out. You know, oh, what's that? Are you, do you like that kind of graphic novel? That's cool. I like this. You know, so probably a lot of people were like, oh my God, lady, leave me alone. Your BFFs, let's go. Pandas, are we friends in Fortnite yet? If you would like to play sometime, I think I have requests turned off. If you want to whisper or Discord DM me your username, I'll add you. If you would like to play sometime. I enjoy playing with the community. I think Naughty had to go to bed, but it's like really fun to play with Naughty Gnome and the side effects of you being, that's if you want to play, and I totally understand if you do not or whatever. The side effects of being an introverted special needs caregiver, LOL. You get to lead from behind and people only know you by your sister. Oh, goodness. Saying this into the ether because you're just excited. You finished your weekly lesson plans before midnight. Woot! It's usually a 2 a.m. ordeal, but you're on a roll tonight. You're still here for about 15 minutes, right on. Did ya know me? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just do this. A lot of people do a lot of wrapping of their yarn around like multiple fingers even sometimes, and I know that that can be helpful to some folks, but I find it's too tight, way too tight for me. Yeah, I farted like you, 9. Thanks, butt spot. But you're also, do you knit continental or English style, Naughty? I forget. I know I've watched you knit, but I can't remember. Both. Oh. What's like the word for a try-hard in fiber arts? Mainly continental. You're a loosey-goosey. Yeah, this doesn't cramp up my hands or anything, and I get pretty decent tension. Very specific. You're looking to get some compression gloves. As well, do I like the Lion brand ones? They're okay. I think I maybe might have gotten one size. Like I suspect I'm probably kind of between sizes because I have like longish fingers and everything, but like I don't have wide hands. But see how the stitching is kind of a bit stressed right here. I mean, they're supposed to be tight, but this is like I suspect these might I should have gone for a medium. It's right here where I get strain. The gloves you bought have fabric to the knuckle and you can't get tension. You like that style. I would goodness, I was thinking something felt uncomfortable. It was like pressing my ring down against my hand. If I had it to do over again, I'd probably just get something a little bit nicer, kind of spendier. You know, what I think is good about these is like, I can imagine these would be easy to lose if you crochet and or knit all over the place. I'm not going to cry myself to sleep if I somehow can't find these. I'd have to buy more. Hi, Linux Witch. How are you? You have the copper infused version. Does help with pain. Why is that, I wonder? Do you know what the reason is behind that? So what I'm trying to do right now is not be like, you know, like going as fast as I possibly can. Trying to like even kind of use my left hand a little bit more to sort of move things and not put all of the responsibility for everything on my right hand for making the stitches. And I've never really been able to hold like this and feel like it. If I do this, I have to do it like, I kind of started to feel like I got a little bit of a better rhythm with this hold one day. And I feel like I was doing something, I tried something different. I've seen people where they're even kind of like pointing it like down. So then like, where do you hold your yarn so you can, yeah, see, look at, I like keep, you've used KT tape, yeah, kinesiology tape to good effect for RSI in the wrist. They claim that copper reduces inflammation, a cooling effect to reduce swelling. Can I crochet gloves while wearing the gloves that I'm crocheting? Moose. Is that a challenge? Moose, are you threatening me? With fun? Hi, Allie, how are you? Everything is a challenge. I was gonna say if you're stupid enough, but I have, teenage gamer boys in the house, so, to be fair, I am their gamer mom. But speaking of gamers, we got Game White Wolf. Game White Wolf! Look at you, Pix. Pix is like, oh, I'm here. Lurking in the shadows. Thank you so much, Pix. Game White Wolf, thank you for the raid. We're just listening to some smooth jazz while I crochet a Waluigi hat. How was your broadcast? Tell me what you were up to this evening. Welcome in, readers. If you've never been here before, I'm 9.5, and I'm called that because I'm missing half a finger on my right hand. A very bold restaurant coworker gave me this nickname many years ago. Thankfully for said coworker, I have an excellent sense of humor, and the nickname stuck, unlike the top half of my finger. The rim shot and the laughter with this music is weird. It's more like, ooh, ayo. You had a lot of fun today. You were playing Helldivers 2 and ended up catching up with an old shipmate of yours. Awesome. Well, Game White Wolf, you could have taken your community to probably a ton of other people, maybe even people who were gaming, but you chose this random little corner of the interwebs. So thank you for that. I really appreciate it. It's such a lovely way to support other people who stream. And if everybody will please drop whatever you are doing and follow Game White Wolf, that would be awesome. I have seen people playing this game. Will you give me the TLDR description? Okay, but giving you that nickname in a restaurant could go really differently if it was the result of... No, they all knew the story, Moose. They all knew the story. And the story is I was running through the apartment when I was really little, and I crashed into a wall, and I fell, and a clock fell off the wall and hit it hard enough that it wasn't really like a thing to be able to like salvage it. But I made jokes about it all the time. I used to stick it in my eye socket. Like, I made it very clear. Like, there was no mistaking that I was okay with people teasing me about it. You should proceed with caution. And I've had other situations where perfect strangers have done things that was extremely entitled toward me about it. And I would, not because I was uncomfortable at all for myself, but, looking out for my other partial amputee, differently limbed pals. People, whether it's an accident or, something you're born with. The first thing out of your mouth shouldn't be like, unless you're a child, and even then we'll, have a nice, calm, sweet conversation about, hey, it's okay for you to ask. Sometimes, though, people might be a little bit uncomfortable if you ask them like that. Like, that's a kid. I give kids a lot of room with this stuff. They notice things, they just blurt stuff out. They're learning still and totally have an excuse. But adults have done things like grab my hand when I was waiting on them and be like, oh my gosh, what happened to your finger? Hi. Did you want to order happy hour food now? We got like 3 more minutes. Please don't touch your server. Like, okay, you know what? Have you gotten to know this server for like months, maybe years? Like, were you invited to the server's baby shower when they had a baby? Like, okay, though there's, obviously there's exceptions, but brand new to someone, you've never met them before, they're working, please do not touch. It's just awkward. It's like, ugh, why are you touching me? I'm a hugger. I love people and want to touch them when I know them. And when I know it's okay with them. It got left behind. Hallie, they think they're helping. But you're not helping when you try to grab something off somebody's, So TLDR, drop in, unalive bugs or robots, complete missions, evacuate, repeat. And if you're like Game White Wolf, throw airstrikes on your friends. Friends like these. That just sounds kind of fun. Well, I am glad you had an enjoyable stream. Would you like to pick my pair? Weird jumper. I have these glasses and this part comes off. And then I have all these other toppers in here. So I spent most of the day today just like having to do behind the scenes stuff in YouTube and like the most boring adulting stuff to do with content creation. I'm so glad to be here actually hanging out live now. The other stuff is so boring to me. I need to maybe like teach the kids to do it. I know you got auto-modded for that one. Like again, there's always going to be exceptions where you've gotten to know somebody. But I did say something to that woman. I said, who grabbed my hand. I was like, listen, I just met you. I just started my shift. I don't think I'm ready to have this conversation right now. And like also I wasn't really in love with working at that place. I think at that point, if I remember correctly in the timeline, I was like, this job is terrible. It was like the worst dysfunctional family relationship at that place. It was so bad. It was like I would tell myself I was going to leave and not go out with them to drink every night, and I would still end up going out and drinking with them, and we would just complain. So a lot of times, actually, I didn't go out with them. I'd be like, yeah, I'm going home. And then I would just go to the bar down the street and then complain about them at the bar down the street. Like, it was very toxic. And eventually I did leave. I was like, I can't work here anymore. Everybody was so involved with each other there. It was kind of yucky. I was like, I don't want to hang out with a bunch of people who are like, comfortable, like, their dating pool is our regular customers and stuff. Like, no, please, not a good idea. Such a bad idea. But I'm a sucker for like, hey, come on, come hang out with us. You know what I mean? Like, being invited. Yeah, it was not good. But it was also a bunch of 20-somethings. So like, what can you expect? Working in bars and restaurants, 20-somethings, it's pretty common. Anyway, if anyone's ever seen it, there's a pretty funny sketch series. It's a little bit older now, but on YouTube, there's a funny sketch series called The Restaurant, and they kind of, poke fun at a lot of sort of like typical sort of restaurant meme type stuff. You would have a different response that would shock and offend every person who asked inappropriately. We got skulls and roses, pumpkin pin dot. This is all neither here nor there. We do keep it like PG-13 in here, I promise. Typically. Cats and yarn, purple sparkle. I have another sparkle. It's the mint sparkle. So, Game White Wolf, if you want to pick 8-bit hearts, rainbow knit, Cheetah Spots, Batgirl, which is my daughter's favorite comic book character. Coffee Beans, Party Chicks, the Irises, Pop Art, and Arcade Maze. Every time you see these, it makes you want pair. I mean, they're pretty cool. They're fun. I do. I like them. I've resisted buying new ones for quite some time now. What's up, Celestial Bean? I like them. I will say this, okay? Here's my honest feedback, opinion, what have you about them, having had them now for quite some time. This, very sturdy. They could use some cleaning. Ugh, they're dirty. I have had no problems with, like, you know, they're actually very good, decent quality. And they haven't scratched easily or anything like that. This part, I will say there's a couple of them that I have that seem like they're just a tiny bit more prone to being popped off of the base frame. Generally speaking, though, they stay put fairly well. The one exception being if you're wearing them and you happen to have, like, say, for example, a sweater on over like a t-shirt, you go to take the sweater off. But that's what these are, Moose. I have a pair. I have toppers that are the magnetic. They're sunglass toppers. So if you want me to switch up to one of these, it's your choice for being the first raid of the evening, Game White Wolf. Yeah, they have sunglasses. Mm-hmm. You need to get your eyes checked. Been living with astigmatism your whole life, over 30 years, thinking that was normal, and your sight is much worse. I do. I have the skulls and roses. Would you like those? I love these. Hi, Emerald. Good morning. How are you, my dear? Cool. Thank you for the raid. I really appreciate it. Bean, I would say, okay, so these are a bit wide. I like the bigger style frames. The Wandas are a little bit wide. And mine do have a tendency to want to slide down my face a little bit, but I think that's because the width of the frames is a little too wide for my face. They do have all of the electric Uncle Trash. Wow, this sounds like a really cool art, like maybe a prog rock. Like what's the story behind your username? Moose, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. I'm correct, kinda. Yeah, I mean, especially you do this emote here. I mean, it is your emote. What do you stream, Electric Uncle Trash? You've been outed. And Moose, I'm trying to remember if I've been to your channel. I've definitely been to Celestial Bean Art's channel. For Buttfest. I'm not kidding. This is not a joke. It's very serious. Buttfest is very serious business. Moose builds all the things. Cool. Does Moose has Instagram? Can I spy on Moose? Who told you? Obviously, you didn't pay them enough hush money, Moose. I seen it. Receipts. You make polymer clay jewelry of cool plants and mushrooms. All right. Like what kind of mushrooms? Are we talking about, lots of wild mushrooms, like got any rusulas? You got any Verpa bohemicas? We like to go foraging for the edible kind, but we also are very careful about what types we pick. The chanterelles grow real well around here where I live. Ooh, 3-minute ad break. You saw Uncle Trash's stuff on Pix's Discord. Moose doesn't know how boys are supposed to IG. Chicken mushies. Like chicken of the woods. You have chanterelle earrings. Very cool. We actually very nearly named our daughter Chanterelle. Did someone say fun guy? You are a fun guy. Jaw. Pix Moko meat. Wait, are you Team Moko? If you are and I did not know that, I am so sorry. I don't I'm oblivious. You swear there's fireworks every day around your house, still getting used to that. That's nuts. Aw, Electric Uncle Trash, thank you so much for deciding that this was agreeable enough to click that little heart. I do appreciate it very much. Thank you so much. You know what? I'm not paying enough attention to live space. Nobody's talking over there. Actually, I should refresh the chat because sometimes it is frozen. Nope, nobody's talking over there right now. But if you're watching on live space, thanks for hanging out over there. I am simulcasting to Twitch and live space. If you guys haven't claimed your live space username, and, you know, I mean, if you're over there, you can follow me. I won't be mad. Boom, here's a follow. You were going to say, no, you, but you saw the Mocha Loco. That's enough for you. The react to stream thingy, does that benefit the streamer if you use it? I don't know. I think the idea, Pandas, is supposed to be like, oh, wow, everybody went crazy reacting to the stream at this moment. But like, show of hands, how many of you actually use that all that often? What I'm wondering is why you guys can't claim your watch streaks in my channel. And I tried to look some stuff up about it to see if it was a setting that I needed to turn on. I know that if you have it, you can turn it off so that people don't see that in the chat when they show up to your streams. And I'll be honest with you, even though I love the idea of celebrating folks coming to each stream, this is my thing to deal with. But sometimes when I see that, I feel badly because I'm like, well, what if I miss the next stream? Am I a bad friend? What about you, Electric Uncle Trash? Is there somewhere we can look at your stuff? And if Pix is in here, well, that means I'm going to be in here. What's up, Basin Mason? Chicken mushies. You had a really long streak for someone until they DC'd and restarted the stream and you missed it. You have an Etsy, a Discord, and an Instagram? The Instagram isn't finished, though. Electric Uncle Trash, if I give you a permit, will you just put the Etsy link or any other link you want in chat and not give me a hard time and try to be all coy and be like, no, really, I don't want to. Will you just do it? Jaw already has it, too. So, like, if you had been like, no. Or, I don't know. You guys don't know if you my stuff. And I don't want... I'm okay. It's fine. My stuff is all right. I can do that for a really long time, by the way. Wait. Ooh, oh, Jaw has a sub badge. I was just going to say. Let's go. Look at this. We are on it so fast. You can't even promo yourself. You had a 41 streak where you mod until you were sick and needed sleep one day. It's cool, but you don't know. You don't think it's going to stick around for long. What, the watch streak thing? I think it's cool. Yeah, right? They won't even let you post your own stuff. What a bunch of jerks. I'm looking. Oh, hell yeah. These are cool. Oh, there's a guava too in a starfruit. Oh my goodness. Let me maybe like quite possibly scare you away from ever coming back to here by being just a little too enthusiastic immediately here. Look at this stuff. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Parrot wax cap mushroom. This is cool. Look at this. You even put like when you forage mushrooms, pull them out of the ground, the bottom of them sometimes still has mycelium attached to it. Is that what's going on here? Are you that detailed? Look at you, and dirt. This is very realistic. This is very realistic. I like it. I'm not an earrings wearer, and you've got me like pondering it here. Yeah, substrate, very detail. Like when you forge them, actually, it is a good idea sometimes to use a very sharp knife and cut the stem above that part, only because that way you're leaving that mycelium intact so the mushrooms can propagate themselves better. But I mean, you know, at least that's what my husband always taught me to do. You put mycelium and dirt on all your mushrooms. I love it. If you do just pluck them out of the ground, that's what the bottom of them will look like. It's pretty cool. These are really cute persimmon earrings. I love it. And I'm impressed too. Like, it's obvious that you're into like botany and mycology because you're using the scientific name of these things. Way heckin' cool. Pitcher plant. I'm not familiar with this plant. That's really, really neat. I very much dig this. Wrinkled peach. Rhodotus palmatus. I live in the Pacific Northwest, so we do have a lot of naturally occurring wild fungus, wild types of mushrooms and stuff, but amethyst deceiver. Wow. Very cool. Oh my gosh, look at these. That is so cute. Venus flytrap earrings, how fun. Ooh, our neighbor has a quince tree, and then another neighbor / parent friend gave me a bunch of quince jams, preserves that she made with a bunch of other ingredients in them. Super tasty. You have to process quince, though. I mean, you can technically eat it without processing it, like cooking it, but I wouldn't recommend it. Cloudberry. Is this anything like a salmon berry? There's the chanterelles. How cool. Check the Carolina Reaper earrings. Too soon, not enough. These are way heckin' cool. Look at the gills on the bottom of them. Very, very cool. Magic mushrooms. What do you mean? Bird's nest fungi. How cool. Pickle necklace. Pickle earrings. How funny. Carolina Reaper. Oh my goodness. This is awesome. How fun. I do. I like to show off other people's work on stream like this every once in a while, just sort of randomly, just because, you know. We do have a show and tell channel in the Discord if anybody feels like posting in there. And we've already had an ad break, so we could look at that too. If anybody wants to post in there, please do. And thanks for trying to help me with the bonfire stuff today, Pix. It was frustrating, but I think I might have to have them just like go in on the back end and completely disconnect everything for me. I don't know. I'm not sure why it just won't. It wouldn't integrate. It said I was able to pull up that campaign and everything. But I also signed up for their integration a really long time ago when they were very first rolling it out. Yeah. Something isn't firing on that end. Yeah. So I think that something might have changed. And because I was part of this early beta testing, that there might be something that's just not quite right. You know what I mean? Oh, heck yeah. Electrical trash. Here's the thing, right? First of all, I don't make jewelry. But even if we did the same or a similar craft, I would do the exact same thing. And I would ooh and ah over it because, it's the community over competition, rising tide lifts all ships. Like, what is the other saying? What's good for the goose is good for the gander, blah, 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 right? All these sayings, but it's really true. As like when I used to work at places and a similar new place would be opening up nearby, like restaurant wise, and people would be like, oh, they think they're going to outdo us, huh? When it comes to fill in the blank dish that we were supposed to be famous for, right? I don't know, cheeseburger. Oh, yeah, they put a cheeseburger on the menu and it's like, good luck having a better cheeseburger than us. And I'm like, not everybody loves our cheeseburger. But more like foot traffic and like a successful restaurant down the street means when they're busy, we have people come to us because they can't get a seat at their place. And the same is true the other way. And when we say, hey, they're really great down the street, their burger's really good too. It's different from ours, but you should give it a try. It makes people feel like, wow, all these businesses want to see each other succeed. I love that. We'll come down here to go out to eat all the time. Like, you just can't underestimate the power of making people feel like, they're part of supporting something good.
Listen, Electric Uncle Trash, 9.5 is Queen Goddess influencer of the Makers and Crafters Galactic Council of the Universes and also Starlight Ambassador, and proud winner of prestigious awards, founding member of the Twitch Women's Guild, record-setting, earth-shattering effort for charity, mother, wife, the list goes on.
And then it self-destructs? I've had the opportunity to announce it, Naughty Gnome in Science's streams for quite some time. Yeah, it is there in some partner streams. Beautiful plankton. You know what? What's better, Pix? Which is better, being an influencer or an enabler? An enabler flus. An enabler that influences enabling. Yeah. Spoiler alert, they're pretty much the same thing. Influencers just, get free stuff or they get paid to enable people. No, I really do. I think it's pretty cool to have such an awesome, diverse group of people. So many different cool talents like Arid, which I think all of you know Arid. But if you don't, we're actually going to see a piece of Arid's in the, like, this is incredible. Excuse me. Oh, this is where your pattern, where Tashwin's pattern for the bunny came from. I see. If you guys are not in the Discord, you can join it here. And, you know, common sense rules for posting in there. Opens Facebook and gets a suggestion for AI art with TMNT over. Cowabunga? Whimsical Stitches, Modern Maker's Book of Amigurumi Crochet Patterns, Lauren Espy. Why do I feel like I know that name? Cute. Very cute. First fire in a while in the house wood stove today. Oh, wow. I bet that makes it nice and toasty. Look at this thing. Finished painting this on stream last night. 3D printed owl and air decan wife. Painted it up to use in a jewelry piece. 6 inches wingtip to wingtip. How flippin' cool is this? Pretty wild, like things you didn't need to see. Oh, holy cluck, you'd hate to see what your FB is doing. You haven't checked it in like 2 years. Yeah, I would quit using Facebook, but I have family who that's kind of like the only, and also like school stuff and parents who are like, I'll just message you on Facebook. Let me add you on Facebook. I'm like, Facebook is not the, it's not, like, you don't have to use Facebook to communicate with me. We can just text. Well, like, they're on Messenger all day. So, it's a great horned owl. This is so cool. The owls are not what they seem. If you join the Discord with a username other than your Twitch username, let us know so that we can get you a permit so you can like a role so you can start posting right away. One of the walls that you painted for your craft room in your soon to be home. The other is an all chalkboard wall. This is really cool, Ty. I love this. So did you use tape and did you like tape off these different sections and then like peel the tape after you painted them? I love this. I love bright colors and I love especially like reds, yellows, and oranges, but I also really love purple. Orange and purple are my favorite colors. You only kept it for family and Messenger. Yep. You got your wife a crochet pattern book that's all cryptids and stuff like that. She loves stuff like that, so it's very cool. Hi, Nitro. Just looking at Discord show until all painters tape. Very easy. This is really cool. It's interesting. It's like you're in a cave almost or something. I like it. Very, very cool. I'm not sure, and I don't like to navigate around in the Discord without hiding this scene or this source. So I think it looks like somebody might have just joined. I see you. I see you, Sassy Penny. I see you, Electric Uncle Trash. Let me get you both. Oh, you already have a roll. Look at that. Who's doing this stuff behind the scenes? Is it you, Pix? Thank you. I appreciate that. Otherwise, there's a 10-minute waiting period. It's just to keep our Discord from having a bunch of, you know, not the fun kind of shenanigans. The rules about the show and tell, we did. It looks really good. The rules about show and tell are pretty simple. Nothing NSFW or that would break toss.
About to head to bed but wanted to come say goodnight.
All day, every day, we praise Kim. Her beauty, her grace, her talent, her skill, her infectious laughter. Kim for part nerd, we love you. And now I have to squeeze this rubber chicken 23 times quietly because I have a child sleeping in the room next door and you're supposed to be going to bed, but you came in here and you hit that button, so get rubber chickened. This is the original rubber chicken, and it has squawked better squawks over its life. This one, that's the OG. I love you. I'm excited about the tournament. We're doing another tournament with Shania, and we're dragging Ruru along with us. Her beauty, her grace, that smile on her face, her neck, her back, her anxiety attack, her squirrel, her twirl. Watch a part nerd unfurl. Aww. We love you. Deal with it. So yeah, no pictures of kiddos' faces. That's kind of it might seem backwards considering if you want to post in the show and tell. It might seem backwards considering I allow my kids to come on camera while I'm live. I know for a fact that that's okay with me and my husband and them. In fact, sometimes I can't kick them out of here. I'm like, oh my God, leave me alone. I love you. Oh, cool. That's so cool, Ty. So that's the night you start your 24-hour. Ay, ay, ay. That's going to be fun. Seriously, Kim is really awesome. Shania is really awesome. Both of them are worthy of a follow at the very least. We just shouted out Kim. Please make sure you follow Kim. Follow Shania. Rue is currently taking a little bit of a hiatus from streaming on Twitch anyway, but is doing some stuff on YouTube. You should not have done that. Oh my God. Checked FB and you had 2,194 notifications. And no one should try one if they don't think they could or want to do it. Honestly, if you like deeply don't want to do a 24-hour stream, I kind of think that that sort of stuff is somewhat fun. It's just really difficult to work out logistically with my family. That's all. And I am getting to the age where 12 is a lot. 18-hour stream, I can do like pretty well. Like, I'm okay through that. I did 20 and I was trying to make it to 24 and they convinced me. I know you promised, and I did too. They convinced me for mine because we were doing charity. They said, how about if you set an amount and if we reach it, you have to stop streaming and go to bed. So I was like, all right, fine. I'll let you do it for charity. I'll let you make me stop for charity. All right, I gave my wrist a little break. If anybody else posts in that show and tell, just let me know. Thanks for joining the Discord server. We're so happy to have you. We have a lot of different channels for posting in there. So if you want us to look at your stuff on stream, make sure you do it in that show and tell on stream channel. So that's how I keep myself from accidentally navigating to a part of the server where someone posted something that I just basically do not mess with Discord at all. And I only look at embedded images in that channel. So I don't follow links from that channel to like a browser, etc. We just look at that channel. Because I don't want to expose DMs or, you know, put something up on the screen that someone shared in like our Let It Go on accident or anything. No worries, Arid. You'll post the messenger bag? Cool. I have it open, so I'll probably see it when you... Yeah, we really, you know, we try to keep it fairly chill in there. I have been trying to think of like, you know, how could we make the Discord a little bit more... fun for y'all and, you know, have like community hangouts or something like that. Cause you know, I understand that that's the way a lot of other people use Discord because I have 3 kids, 3 dogs, 2 cats, etc. Like, I mean, literally I'm almost never down here without this little prissy princess right behind me in my chair.
Kitty.
My baby. This is my baby. She's my baby. I love her so much. She sits behind me in my chair all the time. Don't you? Yeah. Matthew, I can't do the big red rubber chicken right now because my daughter's asleep in the next room. Just imagine 3 huge big red rubber chicken squawks. Thank you so much. That's 3 hecking years, you guys. How is that possible, Matthew? I need to record it and then have a sound on my stream deck for it. It's 3 years. Matthew, thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I know time zones. Game White Wolf, you're using your Prime in here? What? What? Not the precious Prime. I actually just used mine today. Thank you so much for that. I very much appreciate it. You know, we all know the drill. I mean, you never know. There's people who are new to Twitch all the time. If you don't know what a Prime subscription is, you were supposed to be going to bed. Now you're starting to choo-choo. I see how you are. And then she's like, bye. Not before we look at your thing that you just posted. You better hang on for 2 seconds while we drool over this. Look at this freaking cool thing. You made the bag today and the dress before you started streaming. That is awesome. I want to learn how to make bags. Bye, Chaos means you. Yeah, okay, thanks, bye. Yeah, I see how it is. I will remember this, Kim. Thank you so much, Kim, for the 100 bits. Game White Wolf, thank you for your Prime sub. I really appreciate that. And so do the rubber chickens. You know, they have a plan for world domination, and so they need me to buy as many of them as I possibly can. So thank you for providing me with the funds to help their plan for global domination come to fruition. I really do appreciate that. Can you send the link for... Yes, please, of course. I'm going to start with simple stuff. So, like, I have a Japanese knot bag pattern somewhere, I think, saved on the computer. I'm going to use the St. Jude fabric to make and give away because we hit fundraising goals for Create-a-thon. It looks great. I'm so impressed with all your different talents. And then we got more stuff in here, but I love the dress too. But this looks like it's like a really like probably tricky to work with knit fabric. This looks like it has stretch to it. I bet it's probably not the easiest fabric to work with, but I bet it looks great on. Nice and form-fitting. Does it have Lycra in it, Kim? Or another stretchy type of fiber? It's very cool. We love all this stuff. Hello, I'm Electric Uncle Trash, and I usually make polymer clay jewelry of cool exotic plants and mushrooms. This, however, is an idea a friend gave me, making weird, fantastic alien plants and mushrooms for people who play tabletop RPGs. Here are 3 pieces that Electric Uncle Trash made and finished on stream: a giant purple mushroom, a glowing bulbous flower, the turquoise thingy glows in the dark, and an eldritch horror tree. How cool. Oh, neat. Yeah, my favorite musical of all time. Oh, wow. I dig that. That's cool. Is Little Shop of Horrors. So I was Audrey in Little Shop of Horrors in high school. Very, very cool. Thank you for sharing your amazing art with us. So many cool crafts and like disciplines and things that people do. I love it. You're going to give away the messenger bag for Starlight Goals. Wow, that bag is awesome. Makes you want to learn so you can make one in plaid. There you go. And then make another to give away for Moko. PP Party. Feed me, Seymour. Feed me now. I'm sorry, doctor. All right. Intend to release these as a series and eventually do some 3D scans and print them on a 3D printer. Maybe sell the STL files for people to print at home. That's cool. Get some good sleeps, friend. If you guys would like to say night-nights to Kim, we do have a command for that in here. You can type !night-night in the chat. And I hope you sleep well and sweet dreams. And thank you for spending time in here and for sharing your beautiful projects. I really do love to see everybody's work in here. And a lot of us do this, you know, in one way or another. Kim picks, Moko's like, they call it sharding. Get your mind out of the gutter. Out of the what? Out of the gutter. Get your mind out of the governor. That's a portmanteau and it means share art. Okay. Is that what I imagine you sound like? No, I'm always doing weird voices because I went to theater school. Thank you guys for the hype train. 69% of level 1. Perfect. No notes. Electric Uncle Trash. Let's see. I think maybe... I think maybe when you talk, it would sound kind of like if a human voice sounded like a theremin. Listen, I went to college in the 90s in Los Angeles. It was a wild ride. It was only 2 years, and I left changed forever. Damn, that's so wrong. I'm sorry. I'll never do it again. I need to figure out if I'm going too far here. I think I may have gone too far. Chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Way too far. Way too far. I was about to start in round 21 and I only needed to go to round 17. Imagine more like Tom Waits meets a jackhammer. Kimmy, 20 whole months.
Eyes.
I'm new. Who dis? Well, Kimmy, this is me frogging like 4 unnecessary, superfluous rounds of this project because I wasn't paying attention and I just kept crocheting. I haven't biffed like this in a while. Frogging 2. Electric boo-boo Lou. I made a boo-boo. I still have to frog another round. Fabulous. You know, I better wrap this around the cake or else it's going to get tangled. I know it is. If I do it now, it'll be okay. Right, chat? Yeah, making a Waluigi hat. Not gonna lie, this music has some Nintendo vibes to it right now. That like Let's go. I really wish you could play that Bubble Bobble game online multiplayer. That would be so much fun. Pix and I would just run off into the virtual video game sunset holding hands. We have 20 minutes of... It was fun. It'd be funny. If there is a game that you and me and Duo could play that's like a multiplayer game, I would totally do it. Duo is a blast. It's a real hoot. You have 20 minutes of quiet time before you have to awaken the demon child. Oh no. How's she feeling? How's she doing? I hope she's doing all right. Half double crochet 9 decrease around. All right. I'll do it. She's been on half term, so off school for a week, and it's never a good time. Did you really? That is so cute. That is adorable. Do people call you uncle? What if I just use the first 3 letters of each part of your name? That would be Eleuntra. 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 All of a sudden, I'm like, what's her face in The Fifth Element? Lilu Dallas Multipass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We were just watching that movie the other night, my husband and I. Uncle Nick Electric, just trash. Doesn't matter. The hat's coming along night. Thank you, Smackdus. How are you doing? OMG, 9. What does your video of me keep going black and asking you to reload? That happens to me sometimes. Sometimes it's a server thing, I think, Arid. The fart coming along nicely, 9. I have T5 clap. Wow. She's okay, bouncing off the walls as usual. Fingers crossed doesn't seem to upset her as much now. She panics when the plaster starts to get loose. Oh. Eleuntra sounds fun, though. Sleepy. The fart is coming along. You're lactose intolerant. I mean... The thing is, shouldn't it be like more like we specify the people who are lactose tolerant, which, hi, it's me. Like, look at me. Clearly my ancestors were the people who insisted upon, you know, it's like kind of weird if you think about it. You know what? I'm just really not done consuming milk. It is. Listen, I enjoy cheese. I love ice cream. I like cream in my coffee. I'm not, but it's not a typical thing for mammals to continue to consume dairy after infancy, right? So it's actually a mutation, the people who can eat it and digest it without it making them sick. Cheese is life. I love cheese. Dixper is toxic. Wait, you drink milk? I don't. I don't just drink it like as a beverage. I do put it on my cereal sometimes. You survive on milk and chocolate. I like half and half in my coffee. So I'll put half and half in my coffee. Half double crochet decrease is such a pain. Come on. There we go. When your mom was pregnant with both you and your sister, she craved cheese. It is now your favorite food and your sister's. My mom ate a ton of popcorn when she was pregnant with me, and I'm like, I could easily sit and eat a bowl of popcorn every single night and not get tired of it. And I like it plain. I like it with a bunch of stuff on it. I love kettle corn. I like the Cracker Jack type stuff with like caramel and nuts. Whatever. Is it popcorn? Give it to me. I even like the junky stuff, unfortunately. I will totally demolish a bag of Smart Food. So funny to me to get away with calling something Smart Food that is just like absolutely not in any way good for you. Smart Food. Why is it called that? We don't know. Does it make you smarter? What'd you say? I was thinking about Smart Food popcorn. You've had so many issues getting Dixper to work lately that you've had to stop using it. Oh no. You're having withdrawals because Hershey's Hugs are off the shelves. Oh no. If you have an Apple Watch or anything that tracks your heart rate, you could always add that to spoopy streams using an app called Pulsoid. You had to uninstall and reinstall it to get it to work. I see. You had a heart rate monitor on, but had the chest strap version. Oh, dear God. You gamer children and all of your fancy contraptions and your crazy integrations and your Dixper this and your crowd control that. Meanwhile, I'm over here and I'm just doing, the normal things like the chicken dance. It's fine. Wearing a really creepy rubber mask. It's not a problem. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, plaid pandas. The Smart Food popcorn or whatever. Used Pulsoid with the RE heart rate monitor. You've uninstalled, reinstalled so many times. You have a chest strap heart monitor. You have a Cuspo one from Amazon. It's about $25. One of the funniest things I ever saw in a stream that was like similar but a different kind of idea, right? Was this streamer I used to watch, Rora Pickles. And I think she might just go by Rora now. I don't know. But at any rate, Rora and her partner would do these like chaos cooking streams. And during some of them, like, and they're like, she's kind of allowed very loud person. Not kind of. She's a very loud person. I love it. I don't care. I know it's not for everybody, but she's like, she yells a lot and stuff. And they would have the thing where they had like a decibel monitor. And if they went over, they would have to do all these really awful things. Pretty funny. One time they did a hot tubs, pools, and beaches stream, but it was just them in a kiddie pool. And they filled it with soup ingredients. They just made a soup out of themselves. It was amazeballs. Wait. Hey, Donna. How's it going? How are you? Welcome in. All right, we're at the decreases. Tell me about your projects you're working on, everybody, if you have anything fun you're working on right now. I hope everybody had a restful weekend. If this is not your Monday tomorrow, if you work over the weekend and into the week, you got this. Hang in there. Or maybe it is your weekend starting tomorrow, whatever the case may be. I know Mondays can be daunting for a lot of folks, and I kind of, feel that now as a parent of 3. You were thinking about Lioness the other day. Yeah, I think about her from time to time myself and wonder how she's doing. Somebody came in, K-Raid came in and was talking about my friend Donut King. And saying that someone had just seen him at one of the other donut shops that he is working at the shop that he doesn't usually stream from because at least I remember him streaming from one of their shops and the internet being really difficult. So like he just doesn't usually stream from there. So that might be also part of the reason why he's not streaming. And sometimes people, they just don't have time for content creation. They have too much other stuff going on in their lives. But it's hard when it's somebody that you really like and, you miss and wish they could come back. But some people also make the tough decision that, content creation just really isn't for them. Even if they're good at it, they're like, yeah, I need to move on to other things in my life, and that's always difficult. But I don't know, if she ever does come back, I would love to go and hang out in her streams again. Thank you for the heads up about the ads picks. We do try to let you know when ads are coming. I do a 3-minute ad break once an hour to turn off pre-rolls for the following hour for anyone joining the channel who doesn't have a subscription. So if someone's new and they want to check out the content, they don't have to sit through ads before they can jump in and start watching and participating. Kimmy, thank you again for your 20-month resub. If you want to come in and do a rain check on your chicken squawks, my daughter's asleep in the next room and I don't want to wake her. What's a weekend? Oh no. Your weekend was filled with working out and then getting a head cold. Oh no. Kimmy, if you want to post that in the show and tell, please feel free. I'll hop back over there for you. No problem. It's nice to see new creators stepping forward. We've lost a lot the past couple of years. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm telling you, while I completely do understand trying to give people in creative disciplines their own categories on the basis of like, well, So someone's leather working over here and they're making food over there. I mean, I guess those two things could be combined. But you know what I'm saying. Like, very different creative disciplines. Creative may have felt like it was too vague, right? But it was such a small, tight-knit community at that time, and it was maybe growing, but I don't think that it had grown quite enough for how, when they did that, they broke up creative into, you know, all the different categories that we have now, which are makers and crafting, art, beauty and body art, food and drink, and software and game development. A lot of people felt like it sort of just scattered us to the wind. And I remember when I first started doing makers and crafting, a lot of the time there would only be like a couple of hundred, maybe, you know, even at like peak viewing hours for the platform, there would only be like a couple of 100, 500 viewers in the whole category. Arid, have a great night. Thank you so much for spending time with us. Sweet dreams, friend. Exclamation point 9 eyes in the chat for Arid. I hope you get some really great rest. Thank you for everything you do for us here. That owl looks really cool, Arid. You know, Arid, would you type one more, maybe two more things in chat real quick? I just need to see something. Well, you will definitely know. I was going to say, it won't take long. I was actually able to open up a couple of those. So, you know, just listen. You have made some beautiful art for our charities. And that's, you know, stuff like that. If I could, I'd give out a diamond to every single person that's done like a, you know, an auction item or anything like that. Unfortunately, I have very, very few of them. So, you know, you have been a really great, very consistent friend of the channel since you started coming around. And like I said, sharing your beautiful talent with us, not just by posting pictures of the gorgeous things that you make, but offering up your incredible one-of-a-kind pieces to help benefit our charities. And that means the world to me. Thank you so much. And thank you for shouting her out, Pix, because you guys should all drop a follow and go hang out and watch her work her magic. It's pretty cool. It's very special. It's unique. If you showed me one of her pieces, I could probably tell you it was hers. Some people just have, and there's nothing wrong with enjoying practicing a hobby and making stuff and liking doing it, but not really feeling like you're, you know, the type to like come up with the, you know, intricate designs of your own. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But then there's folks that they just really express themselves in their medium and they design and execute their own designs in a way that is very uniquely them. And that is definitely Arid's pieces. They are artwork. They are not just, you know, and I'm all for patterns. I love them. I use them all the time. I do make things up occasionally, and I do like making original art that's all my own. But a lot of times I just don't have the time to sit and figure something like that out. So I wish I did, but yeah, if you haven't ever seen it, you need to see it. You're so welcome. Pandas, I was thinking about doing one for Mario Day, but then I realized if I was going to participate in 1000 Dreams Fund and then do Mario Day plus try to put on a play with my kids, which I wasn't necessarily planning on doing this school year, but then I got suckered into it by my student who wrote a play. This little stinker came to me with his play and was like, I wrote a play. And I was like, all right, fine, we'll put it on. He was like, oh my God, you're saying yes? I was like, yes, I'm saying yes. What do you mean? What do you mean? You wrote a play. You're like, You like don't even have facial hair yet. Maybe he does. I don't know. Maybe he shaves. You know, and I'm gonna give them an opportunity to produce developer at large. I'm gonna give them an opportunity to produce this play because I think it's important for them to have opportunities like that. You know, a lot of the time they get shot down when they propose things like this to adults, and or they're not even comfortable bringing it to an adult to suggest that they have a chance to do it. So I'm proud of my kids, and I want them to have an opportunity to do. I can't really say. It's an original piece, and like, you know, in the interest of keeping my students safe and anonymous, I can't really actually divulge. But just suffice it to say, put a lot of work into it. W mom. Yeah, he's going places. W teacher. I am a mom. But yeah. I don't know about that. Arid, thank you. Good night. We'll see you soon. Oh, you're so welcome. I'm looking forward to the package, and your kindness and generosity is very much appreciated in here. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Donna, what have you been up to? You had asked me a question. I'm sorry. I just went back and looked at it again. Have I ever sold some of my stuff at a market or a convention? I recently looked into that. Yeah, well, it's also kind of like, you know, goes against all of your like professional code and stuff, particularly as a teacher, you know, working with minors. You got to make sure you're not. I actually don't talk about it super frequently here for that reason, but been crocheting a bunch of dishcloths for an upcoming convention. I looked into one craft fair that's local to me recently, and they wanted an outrageous amount of money for, you know, even the tiniest of stalls, plus a bunch of other fees tacked on for stuff like electricity, you know, et cetera, et cetera. Even so far as like if anyone over 13 is with you, like my oldest would likely be having to try to help me at the very least, you know, maybe hang out with his sister. So my other two children would be allowed to attend for free, but I would have to pay extra for him to have a badge. And there was just like so many. I mean, and not all conventions or craft fairs or markets are this money hungry or the irony is this fair is going to be, so they have all these rules and all this stuff they want you to do and all of these stipulations and all of these fees. And to me, it's like most of the people there are going to be selling stuff that's based off of someone else's IP. And you guys have the gall to be like all on your high horse about who gets to do this thing and how. Like if Disney's lawyers walked through the doors of this convention center, it would be like game over. The one you're going to cost you around $280. I will say this, you got to prepare yourself for maybe not making that cost back when you do these. I hope that's not the case for you, but I've seen it where that is the case, unfortunately. So it depends, you know, if it's a very busy craft fair, you might very well make a profit. I think a lot of people actually do these craft fairs almost more for like the exposure than they do to like turn a huge profit a lot of times. Arya growled at you? Oh no. Laughs in pirate. But yeah. I don't know. I guess I also, you know, when I went to Artist Alley at TwitchCon, I found lots of people selling, you know, cute stuff based on already existing characters. Again, nothing wrong with that to me in the one sense. But technically speaking, they're stealing from those companies because they're using their characters without license. I highly doubt that most of those people were licensed to use stuff like Pokemon and, you know, Nintendo characters, etc. So, I mean, talk to our friends, many of them here who have had to, you know, yeah, I'm like, you know, we know some people who've had some run-ins with Nintendo's lawyers and they are not messing around. The stalls alone would be pricey. It's true. But so then I found this person doing their own like original line of like little figurines that come with these like little cards. They were called the Lostlings. And I thought that was so cool. And it was hard because those types of people at TwitchCon were very few and far between. Or like our friends Rhinus Leatherworks or Poly Studios do some stuff that's like fan art. But hey, Cbus, what's going on? How are you, Cbus? Thank you for the raid. How was your stream? What were you up to? Thanks for raiding over. I appreciate you. Cbus is a fellow Starlight ambassador. I almost said Starbus. Cbus is a fellow Starlight ambassador and recently took up cross stitch again after a long hiatus. So has been sharing progress on a Mario cross stitch. So like, don't get me wrong. I understand completely that like the stuff based on IP is popular and it's you know, it sells well because people enjoy it. And, you know, they're like, oh, my cousin is a huge fan of Star Wars. Of course, I want to crochet Baby Yoda. And I've done them before. And, you know, I realized I was like, it's not worth the risk to make a $30 sale of like an Ami and then have, you know, Disney's lawyers going, hello. Hi, we own that. You can't use that. Sorry. You know, so it's tough. I understand. And I don't think that like you're really hurting people by making, you know, Star Wars themed crochet stuff or, yeah. But like, I don't know. When The Mandalorian came out, there was all of these people that wanted, you know, Baby Yoda. They wanted Grogu plushies. But Disney wasn't as on top of it as they ought to have been. And so all of these crochet designers and plushie makers were like, let's fill in the gap for them. You must run. Adulting needs to happen. No worries. Thank you for editing the raid board for us, Pix. I appreciate you. You want to mess with Japanese companies' IPs because Japan doesn't have free use laws. So Japanese companies tend to be more litigious when it comes to their content. Yeah. Stream was good. Notice that you crossed the 1K follower mark, so you had a double giveaway, then got another couple spots on the cross stitch done. Let's go, 1,000 follower hype. Yeah, well, you know, that's the problem, Donna. It's like if it's a one-off for somebody and they want to pay you, you know, and you're like, oh yeah, just like the materials plus a little extra for my time, and it's between you and a friend. I think there's a difference between that and I make a living selling plushies based on someone else's IP, you know? Because the hard part is too then like, all right, so, you know, the Mouse is like they're a big company, you know, like their stuff is they're making so much money, right? And the thing I actually think is too bad is like they're most likely not at all paying their artists what they should. So, you know, it's hard. Because the people who would benefit the most from, you know, anybody paying to have access to their characters and stuff are not the ones who are seeing that money. What in the world? I did something wrong. I really did something wrong. But then, like, where's the line? Where's the line between big corporate monolith and, like, little guy who it actually hurts to take their ideas and make money off of it? You know what I mean? How do you determine what the line is? You kind of goofed up one spot and missed a half stitch by accident and had to go back after you noticed to fix it, but it looks good from the front. You wouldn't know you goofed until you look at the back. I think chances are the back of your piece looks a lot better than the back of my first piece after I started doing it again, or at least when I first started. So, like, you know, if somebody drew an independent comic, like, maybe you wouldn't feel comfortable making and selling plushies from their stuff. But, like, so again, where does the line exist between a big nameless, faceless company and, you know, an artist who you're impacting by taking their stuff without paying for it? So oh, look at that. A very random notification. You've sent 2 Pokemon emails trying to see if you can do either collab or licensing to sell Pokemon related stuff. Both times you were denied. Yeah, Donna, these companies, they're going to have a tendency to only want to work with like super high profile, you know, very recognizable companies. It's going to be difficult to get licensing as a smaller creator for that type of stuff. It's unfortunate, but that's just the way that it is. Would that it were so that they would allow, you know, for things like, hey, guess what? You're a small artist and you want to make art based on our characters. Here's a small creator license to use Pokemon or to use, you know, Disney characters or any of that stuff. But they, you know, they want to make it into this elite thing. And then on the other hand, I can also see the argument that they don't want to endorse stuff unless they are sure it's going to be of a certain quality. And I'm sure you would work really hard on your stuff and you would, you know, make adorable things. But there might be people who would go, oh, cool, I can use that. But then I can just like make something super sloppy or that isn't even really like a good representation of their character. I don't know if it's like a quality control thing. Some of it, who knows? I think it is tough because when it's stuff that people become fond of, this is where the problem lies, right? We want to own, we want to be able to make and share with somebody else, you know, and maybe turn a small profit for ourselves, something that we all relate to or find entertaining or whatever, a little piece of, you know, pop culture. People have nostalgia, they have you know, excitement over like video games they've played, and rightfully so. It's, you know, a part of their childhood. They have fond memories, or it's just something they've always thought was kind of fun and very enjoyable, right? So I would, you know, it's hard because I see that side of it. But I also think, like, how cool would it be if people took the money they're willing to spend on merchandise, you know, officially licensed merchandise from a company like Disney, Nintendo, etc. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't want those things or buy them. But if you even refrained from several of those purchases and instead redirected your money to someone making their own original art who's smaller, like what kind of awesome influence could you have in that person's life? So incredibly litigious about their IP too. It sucks. They could release small creator licenses. They just don't want to. Yeah. So, it's hard. I do understand. I've thought about it before. I've thought about how really, honestly, with the training and the background that I have, I should probably be coming up with characters and crocheting them and making little plays and stories and little mini films and stuff. I did something wrong. Do I frog this whole round? Nope, that's a decrease right there. Okay, so it's correct so far. I must have skipped a few stitches or something somewhere along the line because it's been fine up till now. You were asked to name 2 things that hold water. And you responded, well, damn. Yeah. Anyway, I think it's better to just stay away from it in general when it comes to making money off of stuff, just so you don't get in trouble. But, I understand. I'm not, again, not picking on anybody that does that stuff. It's just like they are ruthless sometimes, these companies. Somehow magically some people seem to get away with it. I don't know. I've talked with some people who have said, yeah, there's ways to kind of sidestep those problems. And I've had people tell me they've been served with a cease and desist and then had the company turn around and ask to work with them later on. So again, I think there can be totally happy ending to that story for people if they pursue their art for long enough. But yeah, just to make people feel like it's such a mysterious and a guarded and an elite thing. It's I just want to make art. Smart. Something is not right. I done messed up. Somewhere, somehow, some way. I don't know what I did. And this is the last round of decreases before I'm supposed to start doing the brim. Why am I having problems? Something's not right. Hi, Morgana. How are you? Oh, you did a picture in the Discord? Let's take a look. Shall we? And there's something else in there as well, and it's really pretty. Kimmy posted it, but she had to run. I'm sorry, Kimmy. I'm sorry I didn't look at it while you were still here. This is very pretty. Morgana, what's going on? How you doing this evening? I love void kitties. Look at you go. C bus rock star started cross stitching again a little while ago. Yep. Exactly. I don't know what I did wrong, but I'm just going to frog this round and we're going to count the stitches and we're going to figure out what's wrong with my count. And then maybe I have to frog another row. I hope not. All right. I do not like this red heart purple yarn. It's very splitty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't tell me I had the wrong stitch count like all along somehow or something. I'm gonna be so upset. How do I have 64 stitches around after decreasing every 8? Grrr. You had a white kitty. He was your best boy. A friend gave you earrings she'd made that looked just like him. Okay, I'm panicking that I somehow didn't have the correct... Well, let's take a look. This looks really adorable, and you're doing such a great job, Seabuzz. You guys, I thought I had 8 in a magic circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is why you should always count. Always count the first round after your first set of increases. So if it says magic ring 8, and then, you know, keep going so that you have 16 on round 2, you should count your stitches and go, good, I have 16 stitches. That means that as I go along, I'll be making 8 increases per round instead of 7 increases per round, which is what I did for this entire hat. So that means I have almost no choice. I could try to adjust the pattern right now, but it would end up being smaller, probably end up being like about maybe child size, like Moni sized. But I don't want a Moni-sized hat. I love Moni. If she asked me to make her one of these, I would totally use the pattern instructions to make her one. So here I go. Just a frogging away. Pretty darn sure. See, let's triple check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Yep. I'm gonna frog this whole hat. It's fine. This isn't like horrible splitty yarn to work with. That's been kind of a pain this whole time. It's only certain colors, honestly. It's only certain colors, Morgana.
What do you like about corn?
It's corn. A big hunk of knobs. It has the juice.
It's corn. I can tell you all about it. I mean, look at this thing. When I find it, I don't anything.
Are you trying to distract me from the fact that I'm having to rip this whole hat out? It's okay. Hey, this is part of fiber arts. The good thing is, like, let's say that I cut out the wrong size piece of fabric and I only had enough fabric for like the thing I was gonna make. It would be a total loss if it was too small. It's one thing if you cut out a piece of fabric that's too big, you can recut that. But if you cut it too small and then you don't have enough to cut the right size, then you're done. You have to go get more or start over with a different fabric if you can't get that. You've been working on a dragon and the yarn is consistently splitting on it. Yeah. Are you using, what style of crochet hook are you using? Are you using an inline hook like this or a tapered hook like this? Inline are the ones that have like kind of the sharp edge on the inside. Tapered. In case anybody's wondering, I know you probably know, Morgana, but I wonder. Some people really swear by inline hooks and others only want to use tapered. It doesn't matter to me. Oh, it's okay. It happens. It's a pain. Yeah. Hey, Smorf. How's it going? Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. I am frogging a hat because I made a big boo-boo right at the beginning. I hope you had a good stream. I'm literally ripping out the entirety of this piece that I started. I made a big boo-boo. Smorf, thank you for the raid. I really appreciate it. What did you get up to? Smorf does a lot of art and also gaming. Hoping to stream again tomorrow. I take it you're finally feeling a little better. Your health issues are still being a pain. I'm sorry, friend. Hey, look, I'm glad you were feeling good enough to stream tonight and just, you know, hang in there. I'm sorry. Well, don't push too hard, you know. I'm not going to lecture you a bunch, but, you know, your health and your well-being is more important. But I know how much you enjoy streaming, so I understand that that's like, you know, a thing that's going to bring you happiness. So, I do. I really hope that you're feeling better, feeling 100% again soon. At least as 100% as you can be. If that makes sense. It's your actual birthday tomorrow / today, so you're hoping you feel better. Aww, happy birthday. It is your birthday now. Hey, happy birthday, everybody. Say happy birthday to Smorf. Happy birthday, friend. I could sing to you, but I can't do it too loudly because Moni's asleep in the next room. But I gladly would if you'd like me to. Yeah, hot birth. Do you have any plans with your family or anything like that? You gonna go do anything special at all, or I know you were planning on doing some streams. I wasn't even sure if I would be able to squeeze in evening streams the last couple of days because our boys' birthday party and a bunch of their birthday stuff has been the last couple of weeks. You want to do another birthday stream? Well, I hope you get the chance to do that. I'm glad that you at least were feeling like you could, you know, manage one for tonight. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just had to frog that whole thing. Hey, Smorf, I'll be live tomorrow. Come in if you can during stream tomorrow and I'll belt it out for you. Big love to you, friend. Happy birthday. Okay, now this time we're going to make sure we have 8 stitches, right? Oh my goodness, I feel like so silly. This jazz might be a little too smooth for me. I feel like I'm gonna fall off the face of the planet. This is like a slipping hazard. We enjoyed our brunch. The only complaint I have is the jazz they were playing was so smooth that I fell on my way to the restroom. Yeah. Typically I go live around, 10 a.m. Pacific. It depends. It all depends on whether or not, I have stuff to do before stream, like adulty type, and taking care of my animals, like walking them and stuff. Like if my husband can't, if you weren't tired before, you are now. This jazz is draining. I know, I'm going to find something else. I was just trying to looking for like something kind of mellow background music maybe, but. Wait, what? For your YouTube channel. Recommendations based on 9.5. It's all metal. It's all metal. What's up with that? Is it because I do like headbanging rubber chicken stuff? You've been winding down for bed, so you've liked it. Yeah, no, I don't dislike all of it, but that last one was very Kenny G on like sedatives. Kenny, you're getting a little bit excitable. Here, take this. We're saved. You have to be careful with those unky trash. You have to be careful with the ones that say that they're DMCA free. Maybe that's less of a thing on Spotify than it is on YouTube. But there are people who will put DMCA free, blah, 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 Twitch streamers, blah, blah. And then it turns out a bunch of it is not DMCA free. They just slapped that label on their playlist. Video game lo-fi. This is like bit. They call it bit music. Bit music. Music genres, electronic, bit music. How much music would you like? A bit. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Smorf. It's hard when those anniversaries come up. You just gotta, you know, it's important to recognize that and let those, you know, process those feelings, but oh my God. I'm like this close to starting over with a different yarn again. This is a really dark purple though. Right. There's people like Carouseller where it's their music. So I guess if it's not just like... No, Woobos comes with a hook, Smorf. This is certainly the more accurate color for Wario, isn't it? I mean, Waluigi. Yeah. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I know, Game White Wolf. And again, it's like it's just sidestepping the rules, which I don't blame people for doing in the sense of like, you know, it's really like it's hard listening sometimes to like I don't, but the thing is, I purposely go out of my way to not play music with lyrics because if there was music with lyrics on, I would probably be singing along to it constantly, which, you know, isn't a bad thing necessarily. It's not a bad thing, but I feel like I would rather, okay, so I'd rather either have like somewhat inobtrusive background music like I usually have, or no music at all. I'm saying I would get distracted, Smorf, and I would be like, all not doing anything, and I'd be like jumping around in my office and screaming and yelling and acting like a clown. That's the voice of an angel. Ask me how I know. I think that Matthew was just saying Unky trash, that that is one example of someone who creates their own, like, verifiable. It is verifiably DMCA free. The Harris Heller stuff. Like, it is genuinely, and it is created to be that. Like, for that purpose, for people to use it as background music. You run NSP sometimes, but mostly you just have game music. Yeah. And I mean, you know, I get it. It's, I will say actually, you know, and there's been streams that I've really enjoyed, like listening, you know, to songs from my youth. Right. I'm just wondering, you know. I'm not saying he didn't create that music himself, but you know. Is he a performer? I really don't know. I genuinely don't know. Did he write and or perform those songs? Or I'm sure he paid somebody. Kind of funny that the guitarist of Dragon Force was playing some of his songs on Twitch and got DMCA'd even though it's his music. Yep. That's because that stuff is all like automated. What is this? It's called Wraiths in the Circuitry. Ooh, is there a Final Fantasy boss incoming? Ooh, I kind of like it. Yeah. What the heck is you guys are tripping? I love it. It's called Wraiths in the Circuitry by Orment X. Here, I can get you the link to it, I think. But I do have the premium version of Epidemic Sound, so I don't know if this would be behind the paywall or not. Everyone would get behind a mod. They have swords. Attack, cast fireball, defend, run. I've never played Final Fantasy, believe it or not. Never played a single Final Fantasy title. Smorf, you got robbed. I'm sorry, Smorf. That was brutal. You're such a Final Fantasy nerd. Dang, shaking your head. You know. I appreciate you. Thank you for the biddies. Smorf was making use of this thing that I've actually been considering increasing the price of. Or just taking certain redeems out. Because as much as I love spending 30 minutes doing sound alerts redeems, some of y'all are like 200 bits. I got 200 bits. I got 200 bits to maybe make a 5-minute long song happen. You bunch of trolls. Just use the regular alerts. Why? It's because you guys like gambling. Thank you for the hydrate, Emerald. I had to start over on my hat. I know, but you know, sometimes that's, you know, the price has to go up in order to keep people from abusing it. And I'm not just talking about you. It's that somebody will do it, and then sometimes like they do it like 3 times, and someone else also does it 3 times, and then before I know it, I just have back to back to back to back to back sound alerts. Which is, you know, appreciate the support, of course, but like depending on what's going on, sometimes that's, you know, a little bit much. It's okay, Emerald. It's all right. Thank you for the heads up about the ads. Ads are incoming in about 3 minutes here. We do a 3-minute block of ads once an hour. Princess Daisy says to Princess Peach, why don't we have evil versions of ourselves like Mario and Luigi have Wario and Waluigi? Peach says to Daisy, oh, sweetheart. Peach then shows a picture to Daisy with the following letters. MW I don't get it. They are each other's. I'm confused. No worries, Game White Wolf. Get some good sleep. Thank you for the raid. Have a great rest of your evening. Sleep well. And I hope you have a fantastic day tomorrow. Thanks for spending time with us and for raiding. Yeah, I know. I get that their letters are upside down. So if you flipped their letters, they would just be... I'm not... But I still don't know if I still don't understand. Are they supposed to be each other's shadow doppelganger self then? Well, that might be why you should go to bed, Smorf. Thank you for staying through the ads. If you got an ad break, I do appreciate it. Oh, no, they're starting now. I see. Bye, Smorf. Thank you for the raid. Happy birthday, friend. I really hope you're feeling better tomorrow. What time are you possibly going to start if you stream tomorrow? No worries. Have a great day tomorrow, no matter what, okay? Technically today. Happy birthday, friend. I'm so happy that you... Okay, I did get it. I'm happy that you felt well enough to do something today, and I hope that just continues to get better and better for you, all right? Hang in there. I really should have just recaked this yarn when I was being lazy. Oh, big hugs to you. Ooh, will it stay put like this? Dude, this yarn bowl that Texas Hula made me is like butter. Hula's awesome. That's also like an OG creative streamer who's been around forever. No worries, Seabus. I kind of wondered. I was like, oh, usually Seabus is on a lot later than this, but maybe, you know, has an early day tomorrow. So go get some good sleeps, and thank you very much for hanging out and for being part of the platform and for using your platform for good. I just realized I have not been paying attention to live space, and I am so sorry if anyone over there feels neglected. I have missed messages from over there. Don't know if you're still hanging around, but if you are, thanks for watching on live space. It gets awful quiet over there sometimes. Been thinking about maybe trying to do a little bit different approach to streaming over there. I think I'm not using the right tactic to get people to come over there. It's still a very new platform, but they are implementing, improvements. Yes. All the time. Hi, Raven. How are you? Welcome in. Thanks for staying through the ads on Twitch. I do appreciate it. I wonder, too, about live space if people get ads over there if they're not subscribed. You're trying to wake up. Ba, 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 ba. Stares at the wall. You're gonna be all right. You got this. Oh, wait. Jeez. So bad. Come on, it's really splitty. I got this. Maybe more coffee first. Yeah. Coffee sounds so delightful right now, but that would be a huge mistake. I could do some tea. We did just have an ad break, though. I feel bad getting up, walking away from the computer when I'm streaming, when we just had an ad break. Especially if making tea would take a little while because I'd have to heat up the water. Not that it takes terribly long to heat up water in my electric kettle. Still can't get over. Yeah. I happened to click on your stream and I come in and Raven is holding a microphone cover made using my pattern and talking about fur yarn and how hard it is to use. Hi, Wee Claire Bear. How are you? That was pretty funny. Oh no. Now I'm having a problem again. What'd I do this time? Oh no. Was I doing the wrong increases on this one now? Poop. I was supposed to be increasing every 5 stitches. Wah, 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 wah. I was doing it every 4. Yeah, see, it was like trying to curl up. Yo, lady. You need to do it every 5 stitches now. 1, 2, 3, 4. I repeated the same round, basically. Of all the yarns to make a bunch of mistakes with and have to go back and redo things over and over again, this splitty mess. Boy, howdy. Come on now. It's like every time I'm like, nope, I've got this. I've figured out how to move the hook in this yarn where it won't catch. It just does it again. Oof. Wow. So bad. I like this song too. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I'm gonna have to switch here in a minute because of my wrist. So I've been having a little bit of wrist pain. The gloves seem to be helping a little bit tonight, which is good. I can take some ibuprofen and that helps a little bit, but like, yeah, it's just overuse, I think. It's unfortunate, but somebody was saying to ice it, but it's hard because like I typically when I'm done at night, I just go to bed and it's like, how do I hold it on there? when I'm like trying to lay down to go to sleep. Trying to shove the ice pack up under my glove. Oh, I really want to get through this round though. I don't want to stop halfway through a round. Midnight dinner for the win. Let's go. You've been trying to finish this paper all day long. Your thoughts have been difficult to formulate into words that flow and aren't just all over the place. Yeah, but once you get something down... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What do you mean? Oh, no, I was thinking about switching projects. And I just didn't want to stop with this project. Yay. I mean, I won't be on for terribly much longer just because it's already getting late and I have to get up early. I don't know. I would just like to work on something that isn't like a constant struggle of like trying to keep the yarn from catching on my hook. For a little while tonight. I need to continue the Pretty Guardian, the like Hello Kitty Sailor Moon. You're writing a really great piece, but at first you had thoughts that went together in 2 different places of the paper. Finally got it typed up though as a pre-draft, and it's nice to see it visually on the computer now versus paper. No worries, Emerald. Have a good visit with your mom, and thank you for being here today. I love you, friend. I hope you're hanging in there okay. And your mom. You finally got it typed up though as a pre-draft, and it's nice to see it visually on the computer now versus paper. So much purple. Imagine that. I'm supposed to keep going until this is like 7.5 inches from the cast on edge, I think. I can't remember. I think this is the last knit round before I have to do an increase set. I'll have to stop when I get to the end of this and count. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I need to do at least one more. Hold on. It's hard to tell where the beginning is sometimes with knit. Where there's ribbing and then it goes into stockinette. This is dark yarn. That doesn't help. Oh my gosh, I can't see it. Unky Trash, you have a great rest of your evening. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you so much for joining the Discord and showing us your cool art. I'm stoked to get to know you better. Please come back and hang out with us again another time. And get followed, nerd. Oh, crud. Maybe I am supposed to do an increase here. For crying out loud. Nope. On the next one. Bye, nerd. Good night, sweet prince, says Electric Uncle Trash to Pick Stitch. Well, that's just darling. No, we do. We love pics. Nice. Yeah, exclamation point nice in chat if you guys are still awake. I feel like I may have outlasted a bunch of you. To be fair, it's late for a lot of people in this hemisphere. Late/early. You're a night owl. You love late night 9 streams. Well, I aim to please. No, I enjoy the nighttime streams myself. Oh no, it's a Pix. Oh no, he left. No, he wasn't leaving. Electric, he was saying goodnight to Electric Uncle Trash. And what do you mean, RC? You love Pix. I know it. Pix knows it. I've been thinking about Just Dance. And how it would be an awesome way for me to get some extra exercise, and maybe I might, you know, finally set a camera up upstairs where I'd have room to do it. I want to rip the carpet out up there, though, and replace the flooring. Would it explain anything if the last Throne purchase is recorded in the finance app as Pix needs a new birthday suit? No, get your head out of the gutter. Ooze challenges in Fortnite. Done, except for the back bling. One more set of challenges to do. My kid completed all of them today. And so I let him pay the extra money for the V-Bucks for that. I was like, dude, I said, well, what happened to all your Battle Pass V-Bucks that I just bought you the Battle Pass? Where's your Battle Pass V-Bucks, bruh? And he goes, I spent 500 V-Bucks on the Weezer emote. I'm like, I cannot believe you, bro. I cannot believe you. You had enough in the... You could have done the Battle Pass, gotten the V-Bucks to be able to just do that extra quest line rewards or whatever for TMNT. He's like, I gotta have the Shredder outfit. I'm like, you don't even care about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You don't know about Cowabunga. You're a poser. I didn't say that to my 14-year-old. I started singing Buddy Holly, and he was like, wait, you know that song? I'm like, yeah. Don't quote the old, what is it? Don't cite the old magic to me, which I was there when it was written. Like, bruh. Bruh. Yeah, my good sir. Exactly. I was just like, homie, I had that Blue album on CD. I probably played it 1,000 times, not even exaggerating, in high school. So, in college. So, like, just slow your roll. So that's just it. Stuff that was like, is like precious teenage nostalgia to me is just like some weird meme to them. You know? I was like, I can't run and I can't kick. What's the matter, babe? Are you feeling sick? What's the matter? What's the matter? What's the matter, you? What's the matter, babe? Are you feeling blue? To his credit, he was rocking out with me. I was like, I'll play that whole album for you, bro. It's really good, actually. I loved me some Weezer back in the day. Weezer, Pixies, Indigo Girls, I listened to some weird stuff too. Like in college, I listened to this one EP by this weird band called Awtecker. I never listened to any of their other music. A bunch of older stuff too, like Can. Sassy Penny, I saw your messages over on Livespace. Thank you for hanging out over there for a minute. I do appreciate you. Oh yeah, I found out that Ms. Placed is also in the boosted. Samsara, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. Hello, everybody. How's it going? How was your stream? I hope you had a good stream. Thank you so much. Thanks for raiding. Yeah, oh, I know. I'm well aware this is just a part of life and parenting and having, you know, teenagers and stuff. We're talking about my kid thinking the whole Weezer meme thing is funny. So Sarah, what were you doing on stream? I really appreciate it. Cassie, thank you for your first time reader chat. Welcome in. Anybody who's not been here before, we got a first time reader chat. My name is 9.5 and I'm called that because I'm missing half a finger on my right hand. A very bold restaurant coworker gave me this nickname many years ago. Very bold indeed. Thankfully for said coworker, I have an excellent sense of humor. I thought it was hilarious. The nickname stuck, unlike the top half of my finger. Thank you for editing that raid board for us, Pix. I appreciate you. Your name goes on the raid board.
Ooh, 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 ayo.
Oh, what now? You did what? I'm sorry, what? Raven, I'm sorry. Raven, I'm sorry. Raven. I'm sorry. Raven. I'm welcoming the raiders, Raven. Tier 3 for 6 months in advance. I'm literally just sitting here doing this on those 4 buttons.
Totally innocent.
Raven, thank you so much. Samsara, thank you so much for your raid. I really appreciate it. If you want to talk about what you were up to, we'd love to hear about it. Frog Detective, excuse me. I missed your message. Frog Detective, it was silly and super cute. Oh, good. I'm glad. That sounds like fun. If you need to read and run, I do understand it might be late for you. It's almost 1 a.m. for me. If you want to hang out and you can, that's great. Same thing goes for your readers. Please always take good care of yourselves. But if you want to hang out with us for a little while, I'm going to be working on this for a little bit. This project is one that I had to completely frog because I made some boo-boos. And they had to be fixed. So I like to crochet usually. I mean, I love knitting. I taught myself to knit in my 20s and it was sub-renewal time. Raven, I mean, we're going to talk about this. I'm not done with you. I'm not done with you. Going on 10 p.m. on Monday, you'll definitely get lurky soon. Samsara, I really, really appreciate you. So we do a lot of fiber art stuff, and typically I'm crocheting, but this is a knit piece, which again, like I said, I did a lot of knitting for a while there. Just kind of decided I wasn't going to be left out anymore when I went to the yarn store. So I knitted for like 10 years. And then I found Twitch and I saw so many people crocheting little cute toys. So I do a lot of amigurumis. I need to put little horns on this little triceratops. Isn't this adorable? I love to make little plushies, but I also like taking a break to do other things. You're finishing up your first crochet project right now, Cassie. That's so cool. I know you just got here. If you ever felt like you wanted to join our Discord so you can post pictures and be able to ask questions, we have like help section in the Discord. We have a whole huge category full of patterns. There's a ton of different channels in there for different types of patterns that are awesome. Moderator Burning Emerald. Aw, thanks for the follow. Our moderator Burning Emerald updates them with all these different patterns all the time. There's a pattern request channel in there. We have a lot of resources for new and experienced crafters in the Discord, and I'm thinking about trying to organize a Discord crafting night. I really love our nice little sweet corner of the internet, so I'm glad you felt like following us something you wanted to do. Learn all the crafts, do all the things, runs around screaming. And I do other things too, like, you know, crochet or cross stitch, and I'm going to try to get better familiar with like sewing. And I have an e-spinner, so I want to learn to do electric spinner. And I have a drop spindle, but I think I'll do better with electric spinning or a traditional spinning wheel for some reason. But yeah, I have 3 kids, 3 dogs, 2 cats. I live in the Pacific Northwest with my husband and our crazy little family. And we also own a comic book, trading card, and role-playing, tabletop role-playing game shop in St. Helens, Oregon, called Pantheon Comics and Games. And sometimes I stream from the shop. I actually got our shop turned into a Pokestop. I downloaded Pokemon Go to play with my 2 boys who are now 12 and 14, right? Like way when the game first came out, when they were... Gosh, I can't believe this. 7 and 5? Something like that. Good night, Pix. Everyone, exclamation point 99 for Pix. That is not Nai. That's Momo. I had my fingers on the wrong place on the keyboard. You do like being a little crafty. You decided to take on a crochet dinosaur for your little nephew. It's not perfect, but it's been a fun new learning experience so far. Your nephew will love it. My kids are always begging me for little things I've made. It's hard sometimes. I'm like, oh, I was going to sell that. And they're like, Ma'am, I want it. I'm like, okay. I love that you love it. Handmade gifts are special. Your kids will remember that. Doesn't matter if it's the best anybody's ever done before with something like that. That's not the point. Oh, yeah, definitely, Samsara. So we do stream from there every once in a while. We need a Momo command now. We have been partnered for a little over a year. I've been streaming for 5 years. We do a lot of stuff for charity. Our current charity fundraiser is 1000 Dreams Fund. We'll also be fundraising for Starlight Children's Foundation starting after the first week of March. So second week of March, we'll be doing Starlight. And we've raised over $81,000 over the life of the channel for various charitable causes. And I can't do it without chat's help and all of the generosity and love and excitement and hype. Last night, some beautiful soul donated $499 to our 1000 Dreams Fund campaign, among all the other people that have chipped in already. And so I don't even have like real campaign stuff set up for it yet, but I donate to it as one of the choices that chat gets to make for a $10 donation when we have a hype train. And so we were at like $69 because Twitch chat, and they pushed that in one evening up to $774.69. Always got to have 69 in there, you nerds. So I'm very proud of our community. We have a lot of really awesome people that are fellow crafters, many of them fellow broadcasters. And I just try to create a place where people feel comfortable being themselves and hanging out and having fun and enjoying, watching someone practice their craft, or maybe they're crafting along. So, Samsara readers, if you are just relaxing and you just want to hang out while we probably about maybe another, I don't know, maybe I'm thinking times. Probably have to read out pretty quick here, but maybe when I finish this round. Just because I have to get up with my kids in the morning, and even on a day that I don't have a ton of obligations all day long, getting up at 6:30 is kind of atrocious. You're part of a D&D charity group called Yes and you put on a 24-hour live stream every year with the New Zealand creatives raising for New Zealand charities. That is so heckin' cool, Samsara. When that comes around, when do you do that? Yearly? Around what time of the year? So Raven, I just want you to know, I appreciate any level of support people are capable of showing to the channel, right? Obviously. And that includes viewership, right? That is supporting the channel. Viewership helps us be more visible to other people who are thinking about checking out channels, to Twitch. Viewership and consistent long-term viewership is what got us the purple check mark, which has in turn gotten us a ton of other really amazing opportunities. And I'm so incredibly grateful for that. But then some people are capable of, and they desire to go the extra mile, and they choose to support the channel financially so I can continue to do this full time. And your support actually is going the extra mile right now, because if you are wild and crazy enough to subscribe at tier 3, you're adding 6 whole subscriber points, 6 subscriber points to our sub point total. And I know a lot of you have already heard about this, but as of May, this coming May, they are rolling out a whole new version of the Plus program, which was previously the Partner Plus program. And they're going to open up access to it to affiliates and partners. And they are introducing an introductory increase in revenue, like 60-40 at 100 sub points over the previous 3 months. If you have 100 or more subscriber points from paid recurring subscribers, so that does not include gifted subs or primes, but we have already achieved that this month. We've already achieved that for February, which is one of the 3 qualifying months for when they roll this program out. I mean, again, any other perks that people offer aside, and I do try to, send out some little care packages to tier 3s every once in a while. So just you watch out, Raven. You don't have a stake in the dryer magnet yet, do you? I've actually been thinking I might also give you guys the same discount in the shop that people get if they're the tier 3 supporter through memberships on Fourth Wall. So it's true. If you subscribe at tier 2 or tier 3, you're adding to our points, which makes it that much easier. You lost your crochet needle? Oh no. You can find it. Just I find I have to slow down when I'm looking for things. That 6 points is also helping us to maybe possibly at some point for 6 months. You're doing that for 6 months. You signed up ahead of time to support at that level. That means if our numbers keep going up for like people coming in and saying, oh, I love this, that's great, I want to subscribe, you are helping hold us steady so that we might actually be able to qualify for the 70-30. And, I know that might seem, really difficult or out of reach for a lot of folks, but it's so much more accessible and more attainable now than it ever has been before. They're making an effort to try to make this platform work for the people who literally keep the platform going. It was on the floor. Good for you, Cassie. I'm happy you found it. Mysterious Besta, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. I am very glad. I'm very glad you found it. And thank you for coming on the raid. So if you are affiliated, you can qualify for this program. Now, it might, again, like I said, it might sound really hard to get 100 recurring, subscriber points for 3 months in a row. But previous to this Partner Plus program, these revenue shares were only offered to partners that had 500 subscribers, regardless of the tier. It's good to consider how this is them saying, all right, let's make this more reachable. Let's not have this bar set so high that people, who are working really hard and trying to put, good quality content out there. That they actually have a shot at being able to do it, I had to think really hard about that. Whether I was doing the right increase right there. All right. So thank you, friend. It really means a lot to me. And, that's a lot of support for the channel. It's not just about the points and all that. It's you are, folks like Raven that have that ability. Now to put this dino together, finally, you got this, Cassie. That it really means a lot to me because, like I said, I went to school for theater. I've always thought it would be cool to do broadcasting of some kind or another, but I thought of it more like, growing up, it was like you were a newscaster or you host a show or, you can certainly obviously be an actor on television, although I had wanted to do live theater. I always thought it would be super cool to do sketch comedy or something like that. And this space has offered me the opportunity to be able to learn how to do that on the job, but also raise my family and be with them and not have to leave the house or travel in order to make that happen, or uproot my whole family and move them like to Los Angeles or New York. So it's been really incredible for me. And I think, once you reach a certain point, surely they want you to come and be in person in front of their cameras at, different events and tapings and things like that. But this offers you a way to get into that and not immediately have to try to put your whole life on hold and risk everything to go move somewhere where it's expensive and it might not work out. And that's very hard. And when it doesn't work out, it's very hard on people's mental health, which is always going to be true when you try really hard for something and it doesn't, end up working out for you. But it's even harder when you're stuck somewhere where everything is so expensive. And I'm glad I didn't end up in New York. I think New York City is a super cool place. I don't know. It could have been great, but I tried to go to school there for theater, and they welcomed me in the sense of admitting me to the school, but they didn't give me any financial aid. And that just wasn't a reality for me. I couldn't make that work. So I ended up in Los Angeles for 2 years because the school there did give me money to go to school there. But it was just depressing seeing how awful the entertainment industry in LA is. And I left after 2 years. So I took a very long hiatus from performing and being involved in that world. I finally came back to it and went back to school and got my degree in theater and did some productions and even did a little bit of professional entertainment work in the Portland area. But then I had kids and life was super busy with babies and running around working and trying to provide for my family. But Twitch was a complete, I found it super randomly. When my husband downloaded Fortnite for our PS4, I was just looking for help doing quests with my kids. And I found all these people streaming video games and was like, this is a thing. I was like, wow. Some of these people aren't even very good at the game. They're just funny. I can do that. So here I am now, 5 years later. It's been a real wild ride, but I'm real glad I decided to do it. So I encourage anybody who thinks they might like doing it to try it. Absolutely try it, but have fun with it. Make it low pressure. Enjoy yourself. Don't stress. Because it's an awful lot like karaoke. When someone gets up and they're doing karaoke and they look like they're in pain, you know, like they're truly, deeply not enjoying the experience. What's up, Bag? I just, you know, I feel for them instead of having fun with them. And that's not what I want from that. I don't want that for you. I snoozed him, Matthew, because I was like, oh, I'm in the middle of a thought and I don't want to have to stop real quick to say ads coming. In fact, I might just go ahead and find a raid target. Yeah, no, I snoozed them. I'm going to actually go ahead and just in case, I'm going to use another snooze. So now they're like 10 minutes out. Thank you guys. Thank you for everything you do for me. I can't possibly thank you enough because, like I said, this is the best possible way for me to be able to use this. I don't know. Talent, sure, fine. Learning something quickly or taking to it easily, it doesn't amount to a whole lot if you're not willing to also work hard on it. And my path has been a little bit slower, and you know, I've had like when we moved, that was really hard. And you know, when the pandemic happened and I had my kids home with me doing virtual school, I could only stream for like an hour and a half in the mornings. Like it was rough. It was hard. My channel and all of the stuff I'd worked so hard for took a big hit during that time. But I kept going because I just knew that I would regret not having taken this additional chance to do something I've just always known I should be doing. And I was very depressed for a number of years when I did not have an outlet like this. And sure, life is still stressful sometimes, and there's things that are hard, and I get grumpy with everybody in the house when they don't do any housework. You know, that's really kind of like my biggest issue in life is trying to have decent humans leave my house who know how to take care of themselves and others and stick up for themselves and others and have independence and be as happy as they can be in life, you know? So again, like I said, I wouldn't be able to do as much of it as I do now if I had to go back to restaurants, which is what I did pre-pandemic. I was a career restaurant server, and I was good at my job, and I enjoyed my job in a lot of ways, but it was not my calling. I did get to entertain people, but it's different when you get seated with a table. They sit down in your section, and you have to, with a few exceptions, you have to wait on them. Whether they enjoy your personality and your approach to serving and how you handle tables or not. And so then you're left trying to adjust. And so you're like kind of like completely warping who you are to fit their needs every single day of your life. And it's okay. It's what you do when you do that job. And I accepted that. I for a while, there was a period of time where I was really upset and bitter about it. And then I realized this isn't really fair to these random people who are just coming into a restaurant who want to sit down and have a nice meal, or they need to have a business meeting or whatever it is. And so I realized I just needed to have a good attitude and try to treat people kindly and like I'd want to be treated if I were them. And that if I wanted to change my life, that was up to me. And it wasn't their fault. And I shouldn't take it out on them. Which is a hard realization to come to, that you might be doing that to your guests and your coworkers because you're just so burnt out and fed up with restaurants. So I kept doing it for another probably like 10 years after I had that realization that I really needed to get out. I had to keep doing it because I needed to pay my bills and feed myself and my family. Retail is hard for the same reasons, I think, you know. Retail and restaurant have a lot in common when it comes to the difficulties of the job. Are there moments when you really get to have that great feeling of, I helped someone and they were so happy and they were so satisfied and I solved this huge problem for them and they're walking away just like totally 100% satisfied with their experience and that makes you feel good? Sure. Unfortunately, those aren't always, you know, like even every single day that you have that happen. But you sure as heck have a lot of people that come in and act like you owe them something. They're very entitled, and it's hard to deal with that day in and day out. You know, people would say, oh, your job is so stressful. I'd be like, well, I'm not like an EMT or something. You know, those are the people who really deal with true, like heart-pounding stress every single day. Are you satisfied with your care? Yeah. So hang in there if you're in that situation. Think about what are the other things you might want to do and pursue them if you can. Go back to school if you need to. You never know. Don't give up. But I understand too, sometimes we don't have a lot of choice to make when it comes to, you know, putting food on the table. It's a very real concern. And some people are like, I can't step away from what I do for a living long enough to like practice you know, to take the risk of some. I got so lucky with the way things worked out for us. You worked so many years in retail, you think everyone should work it for at least a year. You think there'd be a lot more nice people about if they had to learn how rough retail is. I've said before, particularly in the States and other, you know, countries that are so hyper-focused on, you know, consumerism and stuff, I think it should be almost like a minimum number of hours upon graduation where you have to work in that type of industry in order to understand how to navigate it, because it's such a big part of our lives in places like the States and a lot of other places too. But particularly, you know, like, it's just, I don't know. When I talk to people over the phone, if I'm upset about something, like if a company has done something that I don't like, I'll call them up and I'll say, okay, I'm going to rant. So forgive me, and I'll rant. It's never directed at them personally. I'll say, you know, I'm really frustrated. This is not what I'm paying for. This experience has not been good. Here's the reasons why. And then I will say, now I'm done ranting. Thank you so much for listening to me. I know that you get a lot of people that call and they just act like horribly toward you, and you're not, you know, you're here to help me. I just need to explain to you why I'm so irritated or dissatisfied or whatever. Thank you for listening to my rant. I appreciate what you're doing. You know, I know you're a human. Now, how can we solve the problem? And you're going to get a lot better response from people when you treat them like humans like that, I feel, in general, than if you just scream and yell at them and curse and throw a fit and act like a baby. You know, they can tell when people are like, I'm mad about this situation, but I'm not mad at you. You know, like being courteous toward the person is not, it's absolutely free. It costs you nothing. They're just working. It's not their fault, you know, and I know how frustrating it can be when you call somewhere and someone seems like I can only imagine working in a call center. You might have to build up a little bit of like a kind of robotic sort of automated response type, you know, way of dealing with people so you don't lose it. It's thankless work. So, you know, I always try to be nice to them. And at the end, especially if they've solved my problem, if there's any way to like take a survey for them or anything like that, I always do it and say they were great. You're a huge proponent of, if you have an issue, contact support, but also support people are humans and many are following a script because it's just how common an issue is. Yeah. Yep. it's a little bit of an armor for them. And the thing that's frustrating for people is when they feel like someone is just reading off a script or they're saying something by rote. They're like, oh, you don't care about my problem. You're just, saying whatever they told you to say. Well, yeah, because that's their job. Because they've been told that is what they're supposed to do. So if you're not getting what you need, then, you can say, I feel like I need to escalate this, and you still don't have to like throw a raging fit at them. It's hard. It is infuriating when you're having a problem and someone sort of just says something that's, you can tell is some kind of nonsense that they've been taught to say or instructed to say, but oh my goodness. Yeah, well, right. And, again, I think if you express frustration while on the phone with customer service and like you lose your temper for a second, apologizing afterwards is, they'll understand. I think if you say, hey, I'm sorry I got upset, but this is very frustrating for me and I really need help and I'm not feeling like I'm getting the help I need. Your record with dealing with the same support person to fix an issue is 1.5 years. 1 to 2 times a week you called to continue to work on an issue. Call center was 12-hour time difference. The most recent one where you wound up arguing with call center guy, RE, what do you mean P.O. Box can't be a private person? One of the things you do when you have to call in tech support, not often, as you are tech support, is to have a list prepared of everything you've tried so far. Right. They're also used to dealing with people who are not willing or capable of solving their own problems or even trying. So they're thinking they have to go through all of the tech support for dummies or whatever type stuff. Did you turn it off and back on again? And I mean, sometimes it turns out it was something that simple, even if you are a smart person who knows these things. But it's hard because if you feel like you're not being listened to, that can be very, very, very frustrating. USPS PO boxes are not allowed to take packages not shipped via anything except USPS. Where I live, we have an exemption. We're allowed to give a street address because we're rural. So they will deliver to us. They also are contracted with Amazon to deliver Amazon packages that would normally be delivered by Amazon themselves. So even though they're not open on Sundays to the general public, they still deliver on Sunday because they take Amazon packages to residences. It's so backwards. All right, you guys, we need to quickly read on out of here and find somebody. Who should it be? I am thinking out loud. I'm not necessarily asking for a raid target suggestion yet. I do sometimes ask for them. Ads are coming in 3 minutes and I can't stop them at this point. Amish is playing Skull and Bones. Did we read Coffee and Crochet recently? You know what? Let's read a new person. Galactic Hat 93 is doing Pokemon Day, painting all the starters. They're doing art with watercolors and they're painting Pokemon. You guys want to go there and meet a new friend? I think that would be fun. Do you know this streamer? Galactic Hat 93. Nice. It doesn't say mature audiences, but bear in mind we're going somewhere I've never been before. Hello, you wonderful being. I'm Jacqueline, or Galactic Hat, and over here we make art and drink tea. I specialize in watercolor and like to paint galaxies and cats. Get to know me. I'm 9,007 years old. I live in Australia. I'm in a relationship with Freakmeister. Oh, this is Freakmeister's partner. 2 cats, Merlin and Marty. Favorite tea is rose and French vanilla. Pronouns are she, her. Star sign is Libra. Favorite flower is sunflowers. I love it. That's so funny. I know Freakmeister. All right. Let's go over there, hang out while someone's doing some cool art. I love Pokemon. And they're wearing elf ears, so that's always a good sign. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you for the lovely stream. Thank you for hanging out on Live Space if you've been watching over there. We have lots of stuff coming up. All the cool Women's History Month stuff and Mario Day. And we're doing tourney with Kim and Shania and Ruru again. Absolutely. No, thank you for rating. Thank you to all of our rating parties. Please do something nice for yourselves, chat, between now and the next time I see you, because self-care is super important and you are absolutely worth it. And that goes times 100 million to the 757th power for the mods. Love you guys. Thank you for all you do for us. I'll see you over there. Thank you so much. Bye.